There's no question that guidelines and standards have their place in the office environment. They can provide some advice to employees with no knowledge about how they should sit and work. However, if strictly adhered to, they can also cause serious discomfort and pain and dramatically lower productivity. This is because existing guidelines are very general and do not recognize the huge number of variables that must be understood and accommodated to eliminate even the potential for discomfort. A few examples are: what is the typing proficiency of the employee? How often do they look at their keyboard? Even experienced typists will look frequently at their keyboards if the data they enter is a mixture of letters and numbers, or includes the use of a lot of function keys, or requires the frequent use of the mouse. Any of these factors can support the placement of the monitor in close proximity to the keyboard and not elevated as standard guidelines recommend, as can the wearing of bifocals, which is becoming more common with our aging population. If the task involves processing a source document, can they use a document holder, or does it need to sit on the desk surface? Sometimes the documents are too large for holders. Sometimes they are processed in batches, or the documents are stapled and the employee wants to leave them that way. Sometimes they want to follow line items with a ruler, or tick off entries as they are made, or write on documents for other reasons. Any of those factors can render the document holder unusable. They can also impact on where the monitor should go in relation to the document, and if the keyboard should or should not be extended. Yet none of those variables are recognized by existing guidelines. In addition to a keyboard and monitor, do the employees use reference materials like binders, forms, or files, or a phone, printer, calculator, digitizer, a second monitor, or any other item or piece of equipment? What is the ideal placement of each of those items to support the most efficient pattern and manner of their use? Are any of the above items shared? Do the employees also multitask? If so, then you must go over the above questions for every task they complete. Questions that aren't covered by guidelines, but to us are critical in determining the recommendations we will make. We also know that a solution to one problem can create a new problem that did not exist before, so you have to plan very carefully. Ultimately, however, what an employee wants to keep doing or change has to be up to them. That is why in our program, we never tell anyone how to do anything. We demonstrate our recommendations and explain how they can ease or better accommodate the physical and functional demands of their work, but what they do is up to them. This is because we know that people are far more likely to follow decisions they feel they made than ones they are told to follow. Whether they stick with them for the long term or not depends on the quality of our recommendations. Fortunately, we have been at this for a long time, and we know how to achieve beneficial and sustainable results that also increase productivity. It's why employees and their employer need us. It's why they both need work right directions.